Hi again, everybody. Robin Hook with you from Burdick's in the Radisson, downtown Kalamazoo, for another Bronco Coaches Show as we get ready for Western Michigan and Central Michigan Saturday at Waldo Stadium, 4 o'clock kick. Joined now by head coach Lance Taylor. And coach, it's rivalry week.
Absolutely, that's all that needs to be said. This game means a lot to a lot of people in the state, and for Bronco Nation, it means everything. And so I think when you're playing for bragging rights and the trophies on the line, then our guys will come ready.
Yeah, that trophy case looks real empty when the Cannon Trophy is not in there, and it's been there a lot over recent years, and hopefully it's going to be back in there Saturday evening at the Bill Brown Alumni Football Center after a Western Michigan win over Central Michigan. They got you last year, Coach, up there. You beat them earlier, so you've seen this rivalry at home. You've seen it on the road. You haven't seen it on a Saturday, though, and we got one coming up.
Yeah, I think that's really exciting. The game hadn't been played on Saturday here at home in a long time, and I think when you have a rivalry game, to be able to play in front of our fans at home, going to pack Waldo, it's going to be a great atmosphere. But to be on a Saturday and play the Chippewas, it's a great day, and we got to bring our best. We will bring our best. I know this game means a lot for our guys and for our fans.
What's it mean when you have a packed house like we're going to have? They're trying to sell this thing out at Waldo Stadium Saturday afternoon against your arch rival. I think they're going to get it done, selling out that stadium. What's that mean to the guys?
Well, I think to sell out the stadium would be really phenomenal. But the energy in the stadium, it helps our team. Our team feeds off of it. But also it becomes a competitive advantage against the other team because now they have to deal with the crowd noise when they're trying to make play calls or cadence, and it really disrupts their timing. And so it works for you both ways. It helps us. We feed off the energy, but it also affects your opponent.
Talk more about the Chippewas in our next segment, but let's go back to last week. You played at Miami, first place on the line in the standings. And, Coach, I thought you were going to get it. You got to the fourth quarter with a lead, and then things went the other way. Miami got a couple of breaks, and, one play or two plays might have made the difference.
Well, it's always one or two plays that makes the difference in a game, whether it's a one-score game or multiple, a lopsided score. It's one or two plays if they were different, but you don't know which one or two those are. And, I think when two good teams are playing, two good MAC teams, which showed up on Saturday, you have to bring your best. And, I thought our guys made a lot of plays to keep us in the game. But we didn't play our best or coach our best in the fourth quarter, and we got to show up. And I think that's the difference in that game.
Thing I'm liking is the deep passing game. Broncos can run the football with anybody, and you're going to continue to do that. That's your bread and butter. But man, when you can throw those deep balls over the top when they bring 7-8 guys into the box like Miami was doing, that opens things up. You got the long pass to Avion Chenault that set up the long touchdown to Talik Williams. Talik's first touchdown for the Broncos.
Yeah, that was, great play call, great play design. I think because Brock and our offense is running the ball so well, it really sets up that deep vertical pass game. And it was awesome to see. We got to continue to have more of it. But that's what happens when you run the football really well and you're dominating the line of scrimmage. And so, great pass by Brock and great job by Talik getting wide open. He's made so many big plays for us this year. It's hard to believe that was his first touchdown as a Bronco. He's made some critical plays for us in this season, and that was his first touchdown.
Talik was a huge pickup for you in the offseason. Tell us about getting Talik Williams.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I think, we're thankful to have him. I think most Bronco fans, if you watched any of our games, you're thankful to have him. He made a huge fourth down conversion in the Toledo game. The first play of the season, he has a great catch against Michigan State down the sideline. The thing I love about him is he's a great teammate, and he really is a leader in that wide receiver room. And how he shows up every single day, it's special. For him and his family, I'm excited to have them, and he's a great young man.
Quan Finn pulled it out for the Redhawks in the fourth quarter. I thought your defense did a pretty good job of trying to contain him. He's just so elusive.
He is really elusive. There's a reason why he was MVP of the league in 2023, and there's a reason Miami's won 11 straight home games in MAC play. They're a good team. DeQuan Finn is really good, hard to bring down, which we all see. We had opportunities to get him down, and we just couldn't. But I think for 3 quarters we played really well, but didn't play well enough in the fourth quarter. They score 17 points, we score 0. We got to find a way to not allow that, to play better offensively, to get some points there, and then defensively, they had held them to field goals all day, but in that fourth quarter, 2 touchdowns really hurt us.
Well, you went 3-1 in your first 4 games. Your final 4 come in the month of November, starting Saturday. And it's not what you do in October. Championships are won in November, no matter what league you're playing in.
Well, that's what I told our team last week before the game, during the week. Whether we won or lost the game last week, we were going to have to show up this week and be prepared to be our best and play our best. And, the exciting thing is all of our goals are still in front of us. We control our own destiny. Just have to take care of business. But to reach our goals, we just have to focus on going 1-0. Let's just be 1-0 today and this week, and the rest will take care of itself. And I think our guys have bought into that. You're right. We got to win November.
We'll take a break. We'll come back and talk more about this matchup with Coach Taylor as the Broncos prepare to take on our rival Central Michigan. It's the battle for the Cannon Trophy Saturday, 4 o'clock at Waldo Stadium. Hope you're on hand. If you need tickets, go to WMUBroncos.com/tickets and be on hand for what we hope will be a sellout of Waldo Stadium, 30,000 screaming Bronco fans. We'll be back to talk more about that matchup with Coach Taylor after a timeout. We're at Burdick's for the Bronco Coaches Show, coming right back after these messages.
Flavor is a journey, not a destination. It's not just about the food, it's about the experience, it's about the cocktails, the wine, the tableside experience.
Brings everything together between the setting, the meal, the atmosphere, so we can actually get together and have a great time over a cocktail, maybe with a little showy smoke to it too, which is fun.
We've paid a lot of attention to details and making it an experience that you will remember.
Immerse yourself at Brick and Brine.
Sprain, strain, or broken bone? Bronson makes it easy to get the orthopedic care you need, often as soon as the same day. Our providers treat patients ages 5 and older, with convenient appointments in Battle Creek, Marshall, Kalamazoo, and South Haven. From diagnosis to treatment, our goal is to get you feeling better as soon as possible. Call us when you need orthopedic care. Learn more at bronsonhealth.com/same day.
You'll still have common days. Put off your term papers till the last minute. Eat cold pizza right out of the fridge. Update your fantasy roster. This is not one of those days. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her. A new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Robin Hook, voice of the Broncos, back with you at the Bronco Coaches Show. We're inside the Radisson at Burdick's, the new Burdick's. If you haven't been down here yet, come on down, man. This place rocks. TVs everywhere. You got duck pin bowling right here behind us if you want to do that. And of course, a great drinking menu on them. So come on down here to Burdick's, and come on down on Monday at 6:30 and catch the show live in person right here with Coach Lance Taylor as we look ahead to Central Michigan. And before we talk about that, Coach, I want to talk about your O-line, because that's one of the most critical areas of any football team. You had to reload. Actually, you had to rebuild your offensive line because you lost all those guys at the next level who played here a year ago. And Broncos have a tradition of offensive line play, and many of them still playing in the National Football League. You've got some good ones too, and I notice you like to run a lot behind Chad Schuster and Gavin Dabo, and there's a reason behind that. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I think the O-line is our most improved group on the team. From the first game of the season until now, they have improved so much from a run blocking standpoint, pass protection standpoint, but also just the cohesion. The critical thing with O-line is all 5 guys have to be on the same page and play as one, and that's tough when you have a whole new group, new starters, and I think Coach Pavlik and Coach Will Arrington has done a great job really getting those guys on the same page, and they've done an excellent job. Chad Schuster has played really well, probably, has graded out the best in that group. He really is ascending and taking the lead in that room, and that part's exciting.
Chad's an interesting guy. He transferred from Syracuse a couple years ago and didn't play much his first year. Then last year you used him as a tight end in that extra blocking role, and now he's shifted over and playing tackle.
Yeah, he's just, 2 years ago we took him. He was transferred from Syracuse. You just mentioned that, but he's just come into the program and been a great teammate. Worked his way and developed every year and gotten better. We've found a role for him last year as a jumbo tight end. He got in and did an excellent job for us, and then this year really has done a great job at right tackle for us, being the leader.
All right, Western Michigan and Central Michigan, a rivalry. You know about rivalries, man. You've been in some of the biggest rivalries out there.
Yeah, as part of the Iron Bowl, Alabama and Auburn, as a player and as a coach, when I was at Stanford and Notre Dame is a special rivalry. When I was at Notre Dame and USC is a special rivalry. I think the thing that all rivalries are the same, it means so much to each fan base. And, it's bragging rights for 365 days the next year. And, but the thing that I learned in playing in all those great games, that's great for everybody outside the building. For our players and coaches, we have to focus on what's important. And, it's not about being a rival. It's not about winning the Cannon Trophy. It's not about all the things that we can't control. We have to do really well with the things that we can control. Show up every day, attack the day, effort, attitude, details, and those things are the things that win on Saturday.
Well, the key thing that the Chippewas do is run the football. Coach, they average around 250 yards rushing in their Mid-American Conference games, and for the season they're over 200 yards a game on the ground. They have a 2-quarterback system. Labus is the passing quarterback, Flores is the running quarterback, and they rotate them in there, I guess, depending on what they want to do.
Yeah, they run the ball really well. When you average over 200, around 250 yards on the ground every game, then you're doing something right in the run game. They commit to the run, and we've got to do a great job being disciplined, being in our gaps, making sure that we don't let them fall for extra yardage. They've done a really nice job. Coach Drinkle in his first year there has done an excellent job. They're 3-1 in MAC play, and we're going to have to bring our best as a team.
And Coach, your defense has been outstanding all season long, as you are at or near the top in all of the key defensive statistics.
Yeah, I think we talk about the defense each week. Coach O'Leary has continued to do a great job, and I think, really proud of their growth and improvement. And, I know our defensive leaders really were excited to go play Central this week in a big game here at home.
All right, so it's a 4 o'clock kick. We got 3 guys coming up here to talk to. We will visit with Tate Halleck. How about Tate Halleck, man? What a luxury to have a guy like that back there in your defense.
Yeah, Tate has been awesome. He's a great leader, sets a great example. He and I have, had a great relationship, and since he's been here, he's grown in all areas. I think he's really excelling in Coach O'Leary's defense. Just the scheme fit, and having the defense coordinator in your position meeting has really, excelled his growth. He was already a good player, but it really is ascending. Devin Miles, transfer for us, set the school record for most return yards in a game versus Miami with 218. So you'll hear from him. And then Brock Lowry, our quarterback, who's done an excellent job. I really am proud of him, the leadership, what he does. You saw in that game how tough he is running football, but also the ability to throw the ball down the field and create offensive touchdowns for us.
Anxious to talk to Devin. He almost took one to the house. Man, I was ready to call a house call there when he returned it 72 yards against Miami.
Yeah, all 3 big returns that he had, I thought he may take the distance. He did an excellent job. the whole unit did a really nice job. It takes all 11 blocking. I think Devin will tell you that. I think we did a great job this week in our blocking schemes, but the players executing that, and that's why you saw the big returns.
All right, finally, what's it going to take here Saturday against the Chippewas?
We're going to have to bring our best, and I think it's going to take a great week of preparation due to the system they run on offense. It's going to take every single rep in practice to make sure that we are dialed in, and we just have to do our job consistently, but for 4 quarters. If we do that, the scoreboard will take care of itself.
Great stuff. Coach, thanks for being here. The Bronco Coaches Show. Good luck against Central Michigan. Let's get that trophy back.
Absolutely. Thanks, Robin. Go Broncos.
We'll take a break, hear from Burdix, and come back and talk with 3 of you Broncos, Tate Halleck, Brock Lowry, and running back Devin Miles. Up next on the Bronco Coaches Show after this timeout from Burdix.
How far do you have to go to find a great deal on a new Ford SUV?
Not too far.
How about a new Ford F-150?
Not too far.
How about for basic maintenance and service?
Not too far at all. With Dorrance Ford's mobile service, we'll come to you.
Nice.
Now's the time to buy because we're making room for the 2025 Fords and moving out the 24s. Come in now for the best selection. Dorrance Ford is proud to support Bronco Athletics. Shop Dorrance Ford.
Not too far for your next car.
When a city has an airport, amazing things are possible. When you fly local, it allows airlines to add more flights, more options, more destinations. The choices you make today help shape your airport now and in the future. So when a city has an airport, we're more connected than ever before. Fly local. Fly AZL.
The wait is over. The all-new Gun Lake Casino Resort is now open.
Back at Burdix talking football, Western Michigan, Central Michigan coming up Saturday as the Broncos take on the Chippewas at Waldo Stadium. That's a 4 o'clock kick, trying to sell the place out. So if you don't have your tickets yet, get online right now, WMUBroncos.com/tickets, and be on hand to watch Western Michigan take on Central Michigan. It's the battle for the Cannon Trophy. It means a lot to both of these teams, to both universities, to all the alumni. And you know what? I'm an alumni of Western Michigan. We just don't like Central Michigan, and they don't like us, and that's okay because we're going to decide it on the field starting at 4 o'clock on Saturday. And a guy who's played in this game is Tate Halleck, safety for the Broncos. In fact, he had a pick 6 against the Chips last season up in Mount Pleasant, and always fun to play your rival, Tate.
Yeah, it's probably the favorite game on the schedule is playing your rival. It's very fun. Like you said, we don't like them, they don't like us, so it makes it even more special. You know, you're playing for your alumni, the former players, you know, that blood, sweat, and tears they put on the field to beat them as well. It's bragging rights for 365 days.
No question about it, and there's a big hole over there in the Bill Brown Football Center when that trophy's not in the case.
Yeah, we need to get it back. We need it for the fans and for us.
You played in some rivalries back in high school and in your previous stops. How's this one rank?
It's hard to put it past Michigan State and Michigan, but I put it right up there, tied for first. I think you can truly tell that we do not like each other. So playing in both of those games, I think they're very similar, and you can tell that each side wants to win so much, so it's just very important.
Sometimes it gets a little chippy down there on the field when you play these guys, and you got to kind of control that a little bit. You don't want the tempers to flare and hurt your team.
Yeah, a lot of emotions. Yeah, we don't want to get those yards added up and and flags, so it can cost you at the end of the game. So can't do that.
Coming off the loss to Miami, you had the lead going into the fourth quarter. And I thought you were going to pull that out on the road. That would have been a big one. But your goals are still in front of you, like Coach said.
Yeah, on to the next. It was a tough one. Wish we could have got that back, but hopefully we see them in a couple weeks anyways. But it's, on to this next week, the huge rivalry week, and get this one started, so it'll be huge.
Tate's a part of a Bronco defense that's at or near the top in all of the Mid-American Conference key statistics like total yards, defensive total yards, rushing defense, passing defense, scoring defense. You're holding your opponents down and allowing that offense to score more points than your opponents.
Yeah, we try. It's a credit to our staff. Coach O'Leary installs the little details to us and everything, and keeps us on it. And just the rest of these players that joined us, whether in the summer or they've been here, everybody's bought into Coach O'Leary's system, and I wouldn't want to play for another coach.
Yeah, he's done a great job. What is it about him and the defense?
He's just a true coach's player. He can be your friend, but he can also get on you at the same time. And you just love guys like that. Just a really good relationship with him. You can see it from top to bottom too. It doesn't matter if you don't play or not. He's the same person with each single person, and you just want to give your life for it. I'd step a bullet in front of him any chance I could, just because I love him so much.
And you guys have a lot of new guys there on defense. I mean, you started the season against Michigan State. You shut out the Spartans in the second half, and that showed me a lot that despite having all these new faces on the defense, you guys could play back there on D.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that game, and then held Illinois, number 9 team in the country, to 10 in the first half. We needed to put a full game together, and we finally did. You didn't see it against Ball State and Toledo. They scored, but Ball State, that was a complete team game, and it was awesome to be on that. And I wouldn't want to play for any other defense. And you can see the guys we have, like Nadame Tucker, Aaron Wofford, Joey Pope, Micah Davis, all those guys. So just love playing with those guys.
How about Nadame, man? He is a wrecking ball.
Yeah, I feel bad for these guys. They got to go against him every day. You literally can't block him. It's so hard not to. And he's just such a good person. So I love Nadame.
All right, playing the Chippewas, what's it going to take to beat these guys? They do a 2-quarterback system, Tate. How tough is that? They got one guy who throws, one guy who runs. I guess whoever's in there, you kind of figure if it's going to be a run or a pass play.
Yeah, we got to treat them the same. They can both run, they can both pass. So just got to stay on our keys, and then it's just going to be a long game like it was last game. You got to capitalize on your opportunities. If you don't do that, you're going to lose. So we got to be on our everything, and so yeah, it'll be awesome.
We're going to talk to Brock here. How fun is it to watch Brock Lowry go to work on the offense for the Broncos while you guys are on the sideline?
Oh, I love Brock. I was just messing with him saying that you said he was tough, but he is super tough. Watching him run as hard as he can, you don't see that across the country as a quarterback. So just love him, great friend, and just love watching him play.
He's not one of those dainty little quarterbacks.
No. He will run you over, and it's awesome. And I wouldn't want any other quarterback like that. So.
Good stuff. Hand him that mic. Let's talk to Brock Lowry, starting quarterback for Western Michigan. He is a tank running the football, and now he's throwing deep balls all over the yard. Threw a 52-yard pass to Malik Dudon in the Ball State game. Hooked up with Avion Chenault for 45 Saturday at Miami, and on the very next play, hit Talik Williams for 43 yards and a touchdown. Brock, I love the run game. I love watching you run, but man, it's fun to see you throw that deep ball, especially when they're getting caught.
Yeah, it was just a great job by those guys, Avion, Talik, and Coach Bell and Kyle Schmidt up there drawing up plays to scheme up the defense. We got man-to-man coverage. Just got to throw it up to Avion. I know he's going to make a play. Talik making his guy miss, and Malik against Ball State running a great route, going and tracking it down. It's pretty easy when you can just throw the ball as far as you can and they just run under it. So kudos to those guys.
I got to ask you about Avion Chenault. This kid was riding school buses a year ago to play football. Now he's a Bronco, and he didn't get here until June, and he's become a really, really huge weapon for you.
Yeah, you would never tell by seeing him, his body, the way he plays. You would never tell that he's a true freshman, Even in the summer, he's the type of guy, you tell him one thing and he'll never mess it up again. He's really smart. He's got a great mind for football, and you just love having him on the team.
The Broncos hang their hat, though, on the run game. The run game's been really good. You had to rebuild the offensive line, and we talked about Chad Schuster and Gavin Davo and Raheem Anderson, who stepped in there when Jeremy Schleicher went down with an injury. The O-line's been really solid.
Yeah, those guys have been doing a great job. Having to rebuild from last year, and then having to continue to rebuild in the season with Jeremy going down, Raheem stepping up, Adam Vandervest having a couple injuries, and Zach Vaughn having a couple injuries. Those guys switching in. John Hofer having an injury, and Hunter Whiteneck has to step in. I just love seeing there's no downfall from when so-called second guy comes in. I mean, all those guys are really talented, and they have a great friendship and a great group of guys, and you can just see that on the field coming together every Saturday.
Running a lot of option. You ran a lot of option plays against Miami. We've seen more of that here in the last few games. And do you like that play? I mean, you seem to run it very well, and you got to know when to pitch it and when to keep it.
Yeah, it's a hard play for the defense to cover. It really puts that guy who we're on the option on in a bind, and Coach Bell calls it. We're gonna execute it the best of our ability, and it's an easier play for us just to put mental stress on the defense and have something else for them to game plan a lot over the week.
Yeah, that D end or the outside backer or the safety kind of bite on you. You just flip it out there to Devin or Jalen, and away they go.
Yeah, it's definitely old school. I mean, you've seen it through all football, through all times, like kind of like Army running the ball. It's really simple, but it is effective as well.
In the last few games, we've seen 4, 5 guys in the backfield. Coach Bell, man, he's digging into his playbook.
Yeah, those guys up there, him, Kyle Schmidt, Coach Drew Moulton, all those guys. I don't know where they come up with this stuff at. A lot of the stuff, it's different formations. It takes us a little bit more time to get acclimated to it, but whatever works, man. That's what we're gonna do. What they call, and I think it's been going great.
Broncos even did a direct snap to a tight end who ran it in for a touchdown Saturday when Michael Bryce scored. And of course, he's used to scoring touchdowns. He did that at Colgate as a quarterback. He's a pretty nice addition to your team.
Yeah, having Mike, it's like having another quarterback out there, but he's just 240 pounds, it's just all muscle, and I felt really bad for those guys having to tackle Mike Brescia, and he's just a big beast. I love having Mike Brescia on their team.
All right, you got some snaps against Central Michigan. What's it like down there on the field when you're playing the Chips?
No love down there, man. It's just all fight, all war. I mean, playing there last year, middle of the week, their student section right behind us. You can tell they don't like us, we don't like them, and that's how it's going to be.
All right, we're going to talk to Devin Miles here in a sec. Before you hand that over, tell me about Devin and what you thought about him when he jumped on campus.
Yeah, Devin, when you look at him, he's not the biggest guy, but I mean, when their first scrimmage, and he's bouncing off guys like nobody's business. It's like Marshawn Lynch out there. I mean, nobody really thought anything of it before we saw him play, but then we saw him play, and this guy's hurdling people, and he's just a true gamer. So love having Devin on our team.
Good stuff. Let's talk to Devin Miles, one of the newcomers to the Bronco program, came from Mount San Antonio College, where he played in the National Junior College Championship against what now is a teammate, Lolo Matele. They played against each other in the championship game. Lolo got you, Devin. When you found out he was going to be here too, what'd you think?
Yeah, when I first committed and seen he committed too, it was like, you just beat me in the championship game, but when we first got on campus and we connected, Lolo turned out to be like one of my best friends getting here. So it's like every day we come push each other to be the best we could be, and we just want to see each other succeed.
Yeah, and you got to share the rock, man. Those running backs take a beating as much as the Broncos run the football. So you got Jalen, you got yourself, you got Lolo. Trey Hartwell can come in there too. Cole Cabana, unfortunately, was injured and lost for the season, but that's a great running back room, and you can all go in there and produce.
Yeah, this is probably one of the greatest rooms I've been in. We all bring so much to the table. Like, we all got different play styles, and just putting it all together, it just make it hard for another team to prepare for us.
Yeah, and you got a ball of fire as your position coach, and Coach Darren Page. Talk about him.
Oh yeah, Coach Page is he's a great person. He's the reason I'm here now. During my recruiting process, Page had reached out to me, and just we built a bond from the first day he reached out. Like, he connected with me, and ever since that first day, like, he kept in touch and became like more like family. So I appreciate Coach Page for giving me this opportunity and getting me out here for sure.
All right, you haven't been here very long, but I'm sure you were well aware of what this game means when the Broncos meet the Central Michigan Chippewas.
Oh yeah, this is really my first big rivalry game ever. So besides high school, little rivalry games, but ever since this week started, they've been big on the hate that we got with each other. So we're just gonna continue to do what we do, prepare ourselves for this week, and learn our lessons from last game and bring to this week.
This guy's a dynamic running back, but wow, can he return kicks? 219 yards in kick returns on Saturday against Miami. He took 172 yards. I thought he was going to the house. Did you think you were going to get to the paint?
Yeah, that was the plan, especially with having about 6, 7 returns. I expected one of them to go, but I did what I could do. We prepared. We had a good week all week during the return practice, practicing it, and our main focus was just the whole 11 just doing their job, and we executed that well come game day.
Devin, if you want to take one to the house Saturday, be my guest. I would be happy to call it and very enthused when I do.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the plan.
Thanks for choosing Western Michigan. We love having you here, and good luck against the Chippewas.
Thank you for having me.
Devin Miles, Brock Lowry, and Tate Halleck on the Bronco Coaches Show. We're at Burdick's. Broncos in Central Michigan, Saturday at 4. Get your tickets now at WMUBroncos.com/tickets. We're going to talk hoops next on the Coaches Show after this timeout.
Flavor is a journey, not a destination. It's not just about the food, it's about the experience, it's about the cocktails, the wine, the tableside experience.
Brings everything together between the setting, the meal, the atmosphere, so we can actually get together and have a great time over a cocktail, maybe with a little showy smoke to it too, which is fun.
We've paid a lot of attention to details and making it an experience that you will remember.
Immerse yourself at Brick and Brine.
At 2 Men and a Truck, we'll treat you and your belongings like we'd treat our own grandmas.
Here we go! Hello there.
Welcome. Whether we're moving you across town or even across the country.
Sprain, strain, or broken bone? Bronson makes it easy to get the orthopedic care you need, often as soon as the same day. Our providers treat patients ages 5 and older, with convenient appointments in Battle Creek, Marshall, Kalamazoo, and South Haven. From diagnosis to treatment, our goal is to get you feeling better as soon as possible. Call us when you need orthopedic care. Learn more at bronsonhealth.com/same day.
Here at Sealy Select on 9th, we're living up to our name with select pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from at competitive prices. We also have a select Sealy service department offering same-day service on all makes and models with no appointment necessary, including Saturdays. It's all part of our commitment to a better guest experience. Find out why we say better is just better. Better see Sealy Select on 9th.
Robin Hook, voice of the Broncos, with you from Burdick's down in the Radisson, downtown Kalamazoo. The place is packed. They're down here enjoying great food and drinks and TVs everywhere. Duck pin bowling, except for tonight because we kind of took over the duck pin bowling area. But come on down here and make it on a Monday, and you can catch the Bronco Coaches Show live and in person. We're here at 6:30 on Mondays talking Bronco sports. Let's talk some hoops with men's coach DJ Stevens. And Coach, here we go. It's game week. You got an exhibition on Wednesday against K College, and then off we go next week.
Yeah, we're excited, man. This is what we've been working on all summer and in fall, and now we get to play against someone else, and I think it's way overdue. So guys are excited to get a chance to get back home in front of everyone and have a chance to bang around with some people other than themselves.
Got a chance to watch practice a time or two, and Coach, man, you added some talent, and it's going to be fun to watch these guys get up and down the floor. run and gun. That's kind of what you want to do with this group.
No question. We say defend, rebound, and run, and we want to make sure we're getting up and down that floor and try to create as many easy baskets as possible. And we did get a couple guys that can run and jump a little bit, so it should be exciting.
Yeah, the defense and the rebounding come before the running. You notice how he said that. Defense number one with you.
No question, and that's we had a very spirited practice today. This weekend we had a scrimmage against UIC, and the guys we defended pretty well, but we didn't take care of the ball like we should have, and so we had to clean some stuff up, and just excited about getting going this week.
I want to talk about one of these new guys who I was really impressed with from Florida International FIU transfer, Jaden Brewer, who's a 6'6" senior guard. He can ball.
Yeah, Jaden's a high flyer. He can get up and down the floor, and he can jump with the best of them. And looking forward to seeing him throw something down over at University Arena.
Yeah, he can shoot it. He's a lefty, and lefties sometimes they're hard to defend.
Yeah, he has a knack to get to the basket. He has a knack to get fouled. He's a skinny guy, kind of slight, but he's strong, and he gets to the rim. That's his specialty. He can step out and shoot a little bit, but he's very good getting to the basket.
And he averaged over 14 points a game last year, and that's going to come in handy. Now, this is a guy who stresses defense first. How is he at the other end?
Yeah, that's a work in progress, I think they ran around a little bit and pressed and took a lot of chances. So we're trying to get him to be a little more disciplined on the defensive end, and we'll continue to work on that. But he's doing a heck of a job so far.
And fans, we're going to look good in warm-ups. I know that because we got some size, Coach. More size than you've had since you've been here. Tell me about Declan Peterson, 6'11", 250 from Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah, Declan's a big body. It's funny because when you saw him, he was down 30 pounds from when he first got here. He's done a really good job with his body. He's a big kid, and he's not great laterally, but he can really run and jump, and that's what we love about him. And excited about having him in there banging and getting rebounds and blocking some shots.
Man, I saw him with some footwork in the low post, and it was impressive. Now you got him, and you got, of course, Max Burton back, 6'10" center, power forward. That's some good size in there.
For sure, and Max has really he did a heck of a job with his body this summer as well. He's up to 250. He's shooting the ball from the perimeter really well, and he's always had great footwork and great touch around the rim, and he's getting very good in our offense and making and creating plays for others.
Another interesting guy that you brought in from Penn State, Hudson Ward. Tell me about Hud.
Yeah, Huddy, he's an athletic kid. He's a bruiser. He's a kid about 6'7", 220, 230, and he can really jump. He can fly. He's a high flyer. He can defend. He's a guy that can switch and play all five positions. So we feel really comfortable with him on the floor, being able to switch and cover point guard, but he can also cover a center or power forward.
All right, you have some freshmen now. It's not easy to play as a true freshman in college basketball. Quite often you don't see it. You're red-shirted, but if a player can play, you're going to play him. Any freshmen there that might factor in?
Yeah, I love our freshmen. We have three of them that are, these guys aren't scared of anything. I'll tell you that. Carson Viss from Grand Rapids South Christian was a quarterback, state champion quarterback in football, and heck of a basketball player. And we look forward to seeing what he can do on the floor. He's very versatile. He's got some athleticism, but he has a knack for drawing fouls, and he's a guy that can knock it down from deep. So really excited about him. Brady Schwartz is a kid that can really score the ball. He hasn't met a shot that he doesn't like, but he's been one of our better rebounders since we started practicing. So I'm encouraged by that. And then Sherrod Barnes. Sherrod is one of our toughest kids and maybe one of our better defenders. So super excited about all three freshmen. And then Nick Erica came in last year and sat out. Nick is a guy that can really stretch the floor and knock it down from deep, and excited about him as well.
Nick can score when he crosses half court, man. He can really light it up from deep. But I think a guy who's really going to make a huge jump from last year to this year is E.J. Ryan. Let's talk about E.J.
Yeah, EJ, EJ's a kid that I like to see him take a few more chances. He's one of those guys that kind of plays it safe, which I can appreciate as a coach. I think since we started practice, he's at like 80 assists and 17 turnovers. So he really does a good job of taking care of the ball. But there's a 50-50 pass that I'd like to see him make that he may, kind of tuck away because he doesn't want to turn the ball over. And you got to be able to make those plays. But EJ has been one of the leaders of our team so far. He has a really powerful and impactful voice on our team. And just looking forward to seeing how he continues to grow.
All right, you play K College in an exhibition Wednesday at 7 o'clock over at University Arena. Fans can get a look at your new team this year with 10 new guys. And then you open the season next week against Coastal Carolina. You played at Coastal last year and opened the season down there. Now they're coming to your place.
For sure, and we're excited to have them come here, and we owe them one, so it's going to be an interesting game for us. They like to get up and down, they shoot threes, they defend, so it'll be kind of like playing ourselves, but we're not looking past K College. We're going to take care of that game on Wednesday and try to shore up some things that we maybe didn't do as well this past weekend. And then also before our game, there's a big football game this weekend that everybody should be excited about. When you're coaching, you always want to be playing meaningful games in the last couple weekends of the season, and that's what we have with our volleyball program and also with our football program. So I encourage everyone to come out and cheer those guys on, because we got a heck of a deal going on and we got a chance to do something special.
Good stuff. Coach, thanks for coming out to the Bronco Coaches Show. I'm sure you'll be back as the season unwinds. And good luck against K and Coastal, and I can't wait for the season to start. Go get them.
Thanks, Robin.
DJ Stevens with us. We're going to talk women's hoops with first-year head coach Kay Doctor as we wrap up the Coaches Show from Burdick's after this timeout.
You'll still have common days. Put off your term papers till the last minute. Eat cold pizza right out of the fridge. Update your fantasy roster. This is not one of those days. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
The wait is over. The all-new Gun Lake Casino Resort is now open.
When a city has an airport, amazing things are possible. When you fly local, it allows airlines to add more flights, more options, more destinations. The choices you make today help shape your airport now and in the future. So when a city has an airport, we're more connected than ever before. Fly local. Fly AZL.
Back in our final segment of this week's Bronco Coaches Show from Burdick's. We're downtown in the Radisson at Burdick's. We're here every Monday at 6:30 till 7-ish, 7:15-ish, 7:30. Depends on how this thing goes. We're streaming. We can go as long as we want. And we're going to talk with Kay Doctor, new women's basketball coach, who has taken Western Michigan by storm. This gal can coach. And I've heard that the practices are loud, and that's kind of the way you want it to be.
loud because they picked the music, right? It's not all me, I promise.
Well, you opened up against K College in an exhibition. You put 90 on the Hornets, and that's a lot of points, and I'm told it was all spread around. A lot of different players getting involved in the offense, and wow, you gotta love that.
Yeah, really happy about it. And truthfully, that's how we've really structured our offense is, there's not going to be one player that you can key on in every night. And, certainly we've got a couple players that have had standout performances already. Kylie Starks had a big night. Allie Harness has made a lot of buckets for us. But, we like to move the basketball and we like to play with pace. And that's how I want to play. And I think it's an exciting brand of basketball that everybody can get behind.
Yeah, you've got several new players. Who do you think you can count on here as the season moves along?
Allie Carlson has been just absolutely excellent. She's in phenomenal shape. And then when you partner her with Kylie Starks, who's a transfer from Detroit Mercy, the two of them wreak havoc in the backcourt. Kylie was in the backcourt this weekend, and she was like a one-woman press. On one possession, I think she deflected the ball 3 times and guarded 4 people. So they're very, very exciting together. And, when you've got the two of them turning the ball or turning teams over really quickly, and you've got shooters like Nile running up the floor or Allie Harness, we can put some points on the board.
Allie Carlson is fun to watch. She's 5'6". Quite often she's defending someone taller than her, but man, she is a ball of fire and she can shoot the rock.
She has a lot of heart, and I'm very fiery, and I think Allie is very fiery, so we are a great mix together. But she has a lot of heart, and when your senior who has the most experience plays that hard and sets the tempo for everything that you do, it's really hard to not match that. You're an outlier if you don't. And so she has just established what the standard is for Western women's basketball, and she's met a lot of the early expectations that I've had.
This isn't your first rodeo breaking in a new team with K-Doctor's style of play. What have you learned over your career at your previous stops that you're utilizing here in Western Michigan?
Well, this is what's going to make the stream go really long, right?
Hey, we're on limited time here. Go for it.
Experience carves perspective, and certainly I'm not willing to die on every hill anymore as a head coach. And I think early in my career it was, everything has to be perfect, and that's just not it, and that's not how young people work, and that's not how the game of basketball flows, and that took me a while to get to. But one of the things I think we've done a great job of as a staff early is embracing the players that not only joined us in the transfer market, but also stuck around, embraced the talents that they brought to the table. And it's our job to figure out how those pieces mesh with how we want to play. And so there's been a lot of flexibility on our part of maybe moving on from some things that have been mainstays in K-Doctor basketball. But man, when those two powers combine of, those kids and their talent and, what I've learned, we can put up some points.
Let's do it. And you brought in a really talented staff. Talk about your staff for a minute, this group that you brought in to help you mold this team and hopefully down the road, as soon as possible, win a championship.
Yeah, we call them the A team because everybody but one of them has a name that starts with A. So Adam Tandez joins me after a long assistantship at Northern Illinois, and he has extensive knowledge of the MAC, but he's just really been a great colleague of mine in the profession. We've known each other for a very long time. He's an outstanding recruiter, very detail-oriented. Andrea Cecil came over with me from Detroit Mercy, and she had a fantastic playing career. Actually played for the gentleman who now is the head coach of the Atlanta Dream. So he had one of the best WNBA seasons for a rookie head coach this year. So she's excellent in what she knows, and she's just worked really hard for me. Arielle Anderson is actually a Western Michigan alum, so we're happy to have her on staff. Bronco knowledge, certainly, but you can't teach that kind of passion, and you can't sell that kind of, pride if you've never worked here before or played here, and she's been great. And then Audra Emerson, she's fresh out of college, and she's the greenest one we have on our staff, but she works really, really hard, and her knowledge as maybe a player who was under-recruited or has to maximize her talents to find success every night has paid dividends with our players. And our only non-A in the group, is really the one that drives our A team. She's our director of operations, but she does a little bit of everything for us. So E came with me, Alicia from Detroit Mercy, and she's the connector of all things. So if you ever need anything, she holds us all together on a daily basis.
All right, you're headed out to Boone, North Carolina to play App State. What do you know about them?
Honestly, not very much. So when we start to do our scouting for our opponents, like if I have time to watch a little bit of film, like, I mean, I know I have watched film, but I haven't done the deep dive on, their offensive or defensive philosophies yet. And mostly because they have 12 newcomers. So, as Dan mentioned earlier in this evening, that's the nature of college basketball now, that the roster just turns over so quickly. So we've got a lot of homework to do on players that were at previous institutions and how we think they'll mesh within the App State system. But I expect them to be big, a little bit bigger than us, and I expect them to play some motion, some 5-out, where their bigs can step out and hit some shots. But you know what? I like our fight, and regardless of what opponent we're going to see this season, we're going to prepare to win every game, and that's all I can ask of our group.
Yeah, so when fans come out to watch a Western Michigan women's basketball game, what do you want them to take home with them, aside from a win?
A win, definitely a win. I want you to be able to pick up our style of play and our brand of basketball. And, it may not look the cleanest this season, but I want fans to leave and understand what Western women's basketball will look like from here on out. The way that we'll recruit, the way that we'll coach our kids, the excitement that we'll have for winning, the excitement that we'll have for one another. And I think that's what is so unique to Kalamazoo, of how we all support each other. And that will shine through in the way that we play.
How many times do you drive by the new place down the road here, about a block west of here? I'm guessing 2 or 3 times a day?
Yeah, I haven't had many bad days, but if I have, I try to take a circle around the block just to remind myself, like, yeah, this is really special. But
I've never seen so many cranes in one location.
From the groundbreaking until now, it's like they've built an entire small city over there. I can't even believe how much progress they've made.
It's going to be here before you know it. We'll be playing the new Kalamazoo Event Center downtown. Can't wait to watch your team. This lady is competitive. I had the opportunity to play golf with her this summer, and if she hits a bad shot, you know about it, because she's not going to hit another one. This lady is competitive. That's the way your team is going to play. I can't wait to watch it.
Well, thanks. I mean, like, I'm not mad at anybody else. I'm mad at myself. So, right. But I appreciate it.
Kate Octor, women's basketball coach for Western Michigan. They open it up next week at App State. I don't have your schedule right in front of me. When's your next home game?
November 9th is our home opener against Duquesne. Come on out. It's going to be a big one. Women's basketball is passing out free tickets for Halloween this year. So if you can find my neighborhood, if you can find trunk or treating, women's basketball is handing out free tickets for our home opener. Don't be the last one in the door.
Good stuff. Looking forward to it. Kate, thanks for coming out. Good luck this season. Can't wait to watch it.
Thanks, Robin.
Kate Octor with us, and that's going to do it for another edition of the Bronco Coaches Show. So we got Bronco fans down here. Make sure you're here next Monday night as we recap a big victory over Central Michigan and talk about the other sports and the other happenings going on in Western Michigan athletics. I'm Robin Hook. For Kate, for DJ, for Lance, our 3 student athletes, Brock, Tate, and Devin. I'm Robin Hook. Thanks for watching. See you next week on another Bronco Coaches Show.